Yeah, buddies. It's my birthday! Quaranstream! What's up, everybody? My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. If you don't, then you'll ruin my birthday and I'll attack you physically. So you better. Hey, look at that chat. Everybody's already jumping in. Thank you, everybody. Much appreciated. Let me just get a couple things going here. Let's turn this on, maybe. Yeah, why not? Let's turn this one on a little bit here. Yeah, why not? That should be a little better. Thanks for coming, people. I meant to schedule it, but then I slept until 2 o'clock. I couldn't sleep last night because I'm an insomniac. Not actually an insomniac. I just, my sleep schedule is all jacked up. So, yeah, I wanted to get up nice and early and get some shit done, but I got nothing done, and that's fine, because it's my birthday! I can do whatever I want! Look at this thing I'm building. So I got a big box of stuff from Kebab, and this was in there, and I've been trying to build, figure out how to build a lighter weight, less ducted, more prop guarded Cinewhoop for a while. And this might be it. This is a prototype frame that that Bob made, and he flew it around a little bit, and he really dug it. But he wanted to go, oh boy, he wanted to go a different route with his Cinewhoop, and I'm still super interested in his Cinewhoop with stands, ducts, and some other cool stuff. But I don't know. This is kind of cool. This could be pretty light. It's 9x9 only, so it really limits you on the motors. He had these Zing 1404s on there, 1404 6500s, and these RCX 1306s should make quite a bit, well, they will make quite a bit more power than these 1404s. The only thing that's kind of driving me crazy, and there's nothing I can really do about this, is, I put this prop on the correct way. I actually need to put this prop on upside down. So let me show you. Let me show you. Panic FPV, Mongo FPV, Brent Vogelsang, Private Island FPV, Dogmouth is in the house, Ken Hill, Ruhan Doshi, Solo FPV, P. Richard Scott, Private Island again, Panic again, Mark Lilo, Nathaniel LaBouffe, Yannick G, Brent Vogelsang, Mark Lilo, Gapman FPV, Mr. Sprinkles, Groom Lake Fisherman, and Coffee Man. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Much appreciated. You guys are awesome. Very cool to be hanging out with you guys on my birthday. It's, yeah, man. Super cool. You guys are awesome for coming by. Much appreciated. I guess I should maybe... Let me grab the link and I'll throw it up on Facebook. Hold on. This is going to be a quick one. I'm going out at 6 o'clock to fly. So, yeah. We got half an hour-ish. A little more than that, I guess. Let me just go in here and go to page. And then go to that. And then go here. And what do you guys think about the thumbnail that Kristen made? Absolutely perfect in every way. Am I right? All right. Here we go. And okay, there's that. Let's see if the preview comes up. Nope, that's the wrong preview. All right, I guess I gotta go to Facebook debug. For the record, if anybody has posted one of their links to Facebook and the wrong schlip-schlap comes up, the wrong thumbnail comes up, go to Google and type in Facebook debug and search for that, and the very first reply result will be sharing debugger, Facebook for developers. Click it, and then you're going to drop the link to your video in there, or whatever is not, or image, or whatever it may be, and then you're going to scrape again. And it's going to scrape the link that you're dropping in. It's going to find the thumbnail. And usually, it then magically works. Let's see if it does this time. Sometimes you gotta... Hey, there it goes. And what should I say? Live now? Live now. Until 6 o'clock Eastern. That's about as creative as I've got right now. All right, so then Facebook will just start the pinwheel for no reason. Why? What? Why? No. My God, what's happening? Why is this full screen now too? What is going? What? All right. All right. Let's come on. Let's focus here. Let's be better. Facebook, be better. You're better than this. Don't ask me. Don't ask me things. All right, let's try it. And nothing happens. Okay, that's not at all what I wanted. Wow. It's just we are off the rails already. Facebook is just useless. Like, look at this. Look at it just sitting and giving me the middle finger. Like, it is so slow sometimes. I don't understand. All right. That's there. This is here. If it doesn't work, I'm going to light it on fire. Live now until 6. Yay! Farts. All right, cool. We did that. And coming back over here to the chat. Yo, Pesky. Thank you, brother. Synalogies is in here. Takes a few scrubs sometimes. Yeah, it does, right? Coffee Man, Panic FPV, Supercell's in the house, J Drone, Solo again, Chad Fanning, Athix, Proton to go. I think I'm caught up. All right, I'm going to stop reading people's names out because I'll just do the whole thing. Yannick G, what is up? Okay, let's get back over here to this. And there we go. Okay. Yeah, so I'm excited about this. Oh, I wanted to show you guys. I got to put the prop on correctly, which is actually upside down. Let's throw this on here. So let me show you the only thing that I'm kind of weirded out about, and I'm gonna get around this with just like foam rubber baby buggy bumpers. So this motor is an RCX 1306. So it's a 6mm tall stator. That's a little bit taller than those 1404s that were on this. And because of that, and because the RCX motors, they have like a little bit of a taller bell design on them, the prop is going to be the lowest point, which not the end of the world. It's a pusher. It's going to be a pusher like this. I'm probably just going to do a foam wedge up front here for a session or a hero. It'll probably struggle picking up a hero, but I'm pretty sure it'll pick up a session, no problem. And yeah, so the props, without anything else, the props would hit the ground first. So I'm just going to throw a couple foam pads on the body here, and we should be good. So yeah, this will be super fun. I'm really looking forward to building this out. These motors are 6,000 kV, so this is going to be a 4S rig. Which is good because that means I can use a Speedix GS25, which is a much less expensive ESC. On these 5 and 6S micros that I'm dabbling with, I'm having to run Acon AK32 20x20 ESCs, which are much more expensive, and that's kind of annoying. I like to really try to keep the budget as low as possible on micros, so that I can fly them with reckless abandon and smash the living hell out of them. But yeah, and then these prop guards are made by Gep RC, and my God, they are strong. Like, look at this. This is crazy. The rattling is the top plate. I don't have the top plate completely bolted down, but like, these are nuts. These are so strong. I'm so impressed by these prop guards. And as a pusher, it's going to have all this on top, like God forbid somebody's, fingers. So here's the thing, right? I'm realizing having a rig like this that's pulling air through the big opening, like all the Cinewhoops, like one of the things I was kind of assuming is that the full ducts were safer. Thinking like fingers, toes, hair, and stuff like that. But having a big old open top is not safe at all. Like that's the sharp, that's the sharp part of the prop, right? Like that's the the upward part of the blade is coming like this. So if there's a finger coming down in there, it's gonna really get the finger. Whereas as a pusher, the prop's coming around like this. So if a finger comes up from the bottom, it's just gonna like kind of push it away. And then on the top, look at all this. We got some really nice things to kind of prevent, fingers from going in there. Hair, still a nightmare. But yeah, I don't know. I would love to get a much lighter weight Cinewhoop going with a lot less power, so that, like, God forbid, hair gets stuck in here or fingers or something like that. It's a lot less horsepower on the PID loop to then, something goes in there and that prop goes to full beans and yeah, chaos. So I don't know, man. I'm super interested in this. I think that this might be a good little fella. So I'm just gonna build it out. Simple build. Just a FPV camera, I think, up front. I've got it on 20mm standoffs, and then it's got 20mm stack front, and in front of this center set of standoffs, and then there's a 20mm stack behind. So I think it's just going to be ESC, flight controller, VTX and receiver in the back, and then, oh wait, no, this is the back. VTX and receiver in the back here, and then just a regular old little like run cam racer 2 or whatever. And yeah, Bob's got it set up where the big slot is here on top, so that's up. And yeah, man, I don't know. With the foam wedge, I feel like this might be a really intriguing little GoPro session carrying Cinewhoop. And I can't wait to find out. I'm also realizing the other thing that I could do with this is put a tarsier up front. I would probably have to go from these 20mm standoffs to 23s, which is no big deal. That would actually push the bottom plate down a little bit, and it would probably give it clearance. Yeah, that would give it clearance over the prop. Maybe I'll do that anyway. That's the way Bob sent it. He sent it on 23mm standoffs, and of course immediately I went, nah, I can slam that. Urgh. But slamming this on standoffs doesn't really accomplish anything, because it flies like this, so the battery and shit is going up here. So like regardless of how big or small the standoffs are, all it really adjusts is this center bottom plate, which we're used to seeing as a top plate. So yeah, I mean, Christ, it might even be worth it to go up to like a 25 or something like that, just to make absolutely sure that the frame hits the ground first instead of the props. I don't know. I'll play around with it a little bit, but yeah, this will be a fun little project. I'm looking forward to it. I also this little project also made me realize that I have run out of flight controllers. I have none. I have like all these ESCs waiting for builds, probably like 4, maybe 5, and I don't know what happened. I wired a few flight controllers wrong recently and blew them up, and then I had a couple fail. One of them blew up on the 21-story drop from that crazy building when I was flying with steel, and yeah, I don't know. And another one blew up in here. So I've got a bunch of flight controllers on the way, and I think this is going to be the first thing that I get back together. This is the Caddx Tarsier CB3. This is about as close as we're going to get to the frame that I've been designing forever. And I need to get this, I really want to get this thing back up in the air, because this is like 210 grams all up of freestyle wonderfulness. And yeah, it's been down for a while. So got to get this back together. And then I have another pretty much identical one of these that I'm going to build with a run cam hybrid. The standoffs have to be a little bit higher for that. This is on 25mm standoffs. That one's going to be on 28s because the hybrid camera is taller. And That'll be cool. I'm really looking forward to that. That'll also be a test of the RCX 1306 4000s versus the Emax 1306 4000s, which will be really cool. I can't wait for that as well. So yeah, we got some stuff going on. We got some fun things happening. Let's get this out of here. This is the dirty green one. I took the Dolphin long-range rig out yesterday to try to fly it, and I believe that the Brain FPV flight controller is either not dealing with the vibrations as well as it should, which is has been kind of proven by the black box log group. The Bosch gyro is just not really all that well suited for quads. It's a great gyro. It's better than the InvenSense gyros, but it just doesn't have enough filtering for us. So I'm thinking it's time to retire this 30x30 brain board. I'm no longer using the Radix Lee 20x20 board for pretty much the same reasons. So yeah, I'm thinking that this board might just get taken out of here and replaced with just like a regular old CL Racing MPU 6000 board. I guess I'll give this board another shot today. It's doing something really weird. Like when I do a really hard coordinated roll and yaw move, which is something I love doing, it snaps the quad around. So you're just traveling dead level forwards. You give it a big burst of throttle to pick up a bunch of ground speed, and then as you chop the throttle, you just zap, and you just zap it around backwards, and it'll carry for 4 or 5 seconds, and a couple hundred yards if you do it just right. And when I'm doing that move, this thing is just falling out of the air. Like it's just getting overwhelmed. I'm thinking that there are just too many vibes getting through to the PID loop, and it's just kind of getting angry because nothing else really makes sense. Like it doesn't seem like it's a motor letting go. It also doesn't seem like it's the ESC letting go. Like it's a physical move that is pissing it off, rather than like a big burst of throttle, right? Like full throttle, it's fine. But yeah, you try to do this one kind of move, or like any big I don't know. I gotta get a video of it for you guys. As I say that, I realize I have one, but it's on the laptop, so that does us no good. But yeah, I don't know. It's no good, and I'm really trying to get everything onto as close of a setup of gear as possible. So it might be the time. I'm even kind of maybe thinking about ditching on the Dolphin frame. I could move this over to another glide frame. I don't know. I don't know what to do. The reason why I'm kind of holding on to the glide frame is that the GoPro platform is adjustable from like 0 degrees all the way up to 40 degrees. So for like a cinema rig, that's kind of nice. I can just drop this thing down to 0 degree up tilt and fly stuff that's going really slowly, or I can crank it all the way up to 40 and go real fast. So I don't know. I can kind of do the same on the glide, but it involves taking the TPU off, right? The TPU that I run for it is set to 30 degrees. So I could pull that TPU off, and then I have a 0 degree TPU GoPro mount that I could just zip tie to the front of the top plate. And then I'm flying the same thing as always. And also on the glide, Bob makes those, he makes cinema front arms that are swung back, so that he makes a set of front arms that instead of being like this, he makes a set of front arms that are like that. So they're just swung back to get them out of the view of the GoPro, and the flight characteristics are fine with them. So I guess the test is going to be, and I haven't done this yet, maybe I'll do it today. The test is going to be if I take this GoPro platform and I zero it out. I'm actually going to do that right now so I don't forget. Zero this out, and I'm going to put the Hero on this, and we will see. Yeah, it's kind of like a reverse dead cat. No, I guess it's regular dead cat. No, it's not a reverse dead cat. It's regular. I will see if the props are out of view. If I drop this down to 0 degrees and the props are in view, it does me no good. That's completely pointless. Thinking back to, I flew a little get together of sport bike stunt rider dudes, and I ran about 20 degrees up tilt, and the footage is useless because it was still too much up tilt. I had my FPV cam drop down a little bit lower, I think, than the I don't know, other words, than the GoPro, and yeah, it was just worthless. So it looks like it doesn't go down to 0, but that's pretty damn low. That looks like about 10 degrees, which is pretty good. So I'll do that today. I'll take this out, even though it's not acting right. I will throw the Hero on it, and we'll see if there's prop in view. I bet you there is. And if there is prop in view at this 10 degrees, this frame will be going somewhere else. More than likely a giveaway. Because it's a great frame. This Dolphin frame has really blown me away. There's a lot of things I really like about it. A couple things I don't love about it, but yeah, for the most part, this has been a really, really good frame. But the glide frame, having those swept back front arms, that's, you know, that instantly makes it a better cinematic frame than this, right? And I can parts share for, you know, with all the other frames. And I can, you know, if I have like an entire squid, I can just swap it from one frame to the next. That's kind of that's one of the big things, is that if I have the same 4 or 5-inch frames, worst case scenario, I can pull the entire frame apart, take the whole electronics package, and drop it into another one. Which I'm sure that's not a thing that happens often, but it, you know, if I'm on a vacation or on a if I start getting paying shoots or something like that, that could be a really handy thing. So we'll see. I'll have news for you this afternoon because I'm going out to fly in a half an hour. Groom Lake Fisherman says, have you thought about putting extra prop cards on the bottom of the top prop guards? This way the props are caged in. That would be cool, but it would have to be done. It would have to be done through the outside here. Like you couldn't, like the propeller would hit the like these things, right? If I just took another one and stacked it on there. I like the frames that are the Cinewhoop frames that are carbon top, carbon bottom a lot, but they're still heavy. Those are still very heavy setups. Somebody from Rebel Quad, Skyberries is working on a lighter weight setup like that, which I'm really interested in. And then Kebab has a Cinewhoop coming that looks really, really good. So there's some stuff coming. We'll see. I would love to have carbon top, carbon bottom, prop in the middle, and then foam to enclose it in. But it's got to be light. They got to figure out a way to make that lighter, in my opinion. This whole like 600 plus gram Cinewhoop thing is insane. Yeah. I want something lighter. Okay, so yeah, we'll fly this a little bit more, and then the May big gnarly giveaway rig here is also giving me some problems. The left rear, so when you do a left roll, at the end of the roll, these two motors fire up, motors 3 and 4, and there's a little odd movement. When you do a right roll, and at the end of the roll, these two motors fire up, everything's fine. When you do a front flip, and to stop the move, the front two motors fire up, it's totally fine. When you do a back flip, and the rear two motors fire up to stop the move, there's a big dip, and it's the left rear that's dipping down. So I did notice that I didn't have these bolts fully tightened, so I didn't change anything yet. I tightened these bolts, I cranked all the other bolts down, and I'm going to try it. That's not going to fix it, I'm certain. At which point I'm going to take this motor off of here and swap it over to here, and swap this one over to here, and then I'll be able to see if it starts dropping motor 1. If it starts dropping the right rear, then I know the motors are a problem, and I just got to find another F80. If the problem stays on the left rear, that means the ESC, that channel, the left rear motor 3 channel of the ESC is shot. So yeah, I'll troubleshoot that, get that figured out. Hopefully it's the motor, because that's a lot less expensive and a lot less work. But even if it's the ESC, that's totally fine. If I have to swap the ESC, that's cool. So it's April 17th. That gives me like 2 weeks to get it done. Hopefully I have it done in time. Because I want to... Although, yeah, we'll do the giveaway for it, and then if it takes me a little bit more time to get it perfect, I'm sure that's fine. Other than that, it's a hell of a rig. It's got some serious power. So yeah, I will continue the troubleshoot on that one. And I've got 2 glides that are up and running, flying really well, so that's fun. Double A says, nice shirt. You got one of these too, don't you, Double A? Yeah, buddy. What else do we have? Zachary says, I'd rather have the props hit the ground than the frame, but I guess that means your motor takes the largest impact, comes down to what you'd rather replace. Not only that, but it'll just beat the hell. It'll just obliterate the motors. Like, having the motors be the lowest point, every time you land, that motor bell is going to get jammed up into the top bearing, and that's just going to annihilate that top bearing. So yeah, keeping the motors from hitting the ground is really, really important. Not to mention that it would be really hard to take off, because the motor screws would be on the ground. So every time you armed it to take it off, the motor screws would grind themselves to hell. And they're already, the M2 motor screws are already a pain in the ass to get off when they get all scratched up. Yannick G says HGLRC sector. I don't know what that is. What's an HGLRC sector? HGLRC is dead to me. I will never buy another piece of their gear at all. Very early in the hobby, I had multiple HGLRC ESCs, flight controllers, and VTXs just fail. Some right out of the box, some halfway through the first battery, and yeah, I just gave up on their stuff, and I've kind of kept up on it a little bit, and I continue to see their quality control be kind of non-existent. So yeah, HGLRC and I are not friends, which is fine. There's a lot of other companies making really good stuff for the same amount of money. What's up, Justin? How are you, man? Pesky says he's also really disappointed with the Radix flight controller at the moment. Expensive. Have you tried Emu Flight? I have not tried Emu Flight. I've got a couple scars on my right hand here on my knuckles because of Butterflight. I learned my lesson. These things are dangerous. They can cut the shit out of you, and flight software that's being designed by one person is just a little bit too dangerous for me, in my opinion, and just in my experience. Basically what happened is, and Butterflight had a couple devs, they didn't, there was a target, the specific target that I was running for the specific flight controller, there was a bug in that target, and because there were only a couple devs, they didn't discover it, and yeah, it went ballistic and tried to attack me. So that sucked, but it was a really good lesson of, like, again, these things are dangerous. I'm going to run the flight software that is being designed by the biggest group of people that have been doing it the longest, who've got the biggest group of us testing it to hopefully have somebody let them know ahead of time, hey, this target doesn't work. Even though the board is inverted, it doesn't do anything, and that makes it go ballistic when you take off. So yeah, no emu flight for me, no butter flight for me. Beta flight all day, every day. It's the safest. What else? I think that's about it. I have to get thanks EBR. Yeah, that Kristen made that thumbnail. Tiago says that I'm from the NSA. Why? My browser opened is Stream. What are you talking about, Tiago? What you talking about? I think that's about it. Got a little bit more time left. I have to organize. I have to figure out where. I don't know where I'm flying. So hold on. Let me. Can I do it on the laptop? I can do it on the laptop. Yeah. All right, that'll be good. Well, this is kind of. Well, no, I'd be able to do this if I had two screens. I was gonna say this is an advantage of having two computers, but it's not. And all right, so let's see. There were people messaging on Facebook. Maybe not. It wasn't Facebook. It was Messenger. Where's Messenger? Trying to find Messenger. And hey, there's Messenger. See what we're doing. It doesn't say infection. It says Rampage. Here's the back. Oh my god, it's hard. That's what she said. What other projects? More projects coming. I don't know why I'm talking about projects, but it's great. I'm excited. This is a HD toothpick that Nick Burns sent me to kind of check out the baby turtle, and he never asked for it back. I don't know if he expected it back, but if he asked for it back, I'll send it back. This is made by Gep RC. I forget what it's called. Somebody maybe call it out if you don't mind in the comments. But this has 1105 4000s, 5000s rather, which are great. But as most of you know, I only like 1104, 1105, 1103 motors on a 2-inch prop. An 11 millimeter rather wide stator, in my opinion, just doesn't have enough mechanical torque to speed up and slow down a 3-inch prop, or even a 2.5-inch prop. So I'm gonna move this over, and in that box that I got from Kebab, there were a bunch of these RC and Power 1204 5200s. So we're gonna go from an 1105 to a 1204. So we're getting an extra millimeter of stator width, and then we're sacrificing a millimeter of stator height. So it's actually going to have a little bit less power, but it's going to have more control in the middle of the throttle. And that's exactly what I want. I was going to put this on the 1304s, but I'm interested to try these 1204s first. I have a feeling it is going to end up on 1304s. RCX has been making a 1304 5000 forever, and I think that's what's going to end up on here. But yeah, let's see how these 1204s are. Maybe they'll have enough jam, and maybe they'll be a little bit lighter. So we'll see. And I gotta get some footage out of this. I've been flying this here and there, and I've gotten some half decent footage. Nothing I'm super excited about, but it flies really well. So we'll see we'll see what the deal is there. Oh yeah, and with these smaller, with the 1204s versus the 1304s, it'll be a little bit better on 2S because it'll be a little bit lighter. So that's good. That might be it. I think that's it, Sabine. Skip. I think that's called the skip. Oh, I got it, Tiago. Nice. Thanks, everybody, for the birthday wishes. Oh, look like Killer B got it first. Skip 3. This is the duo that blew up on the 6S adventure. I was hoping it just blew up the two Beta FPV 1505 motors, but it looks like it also took the Acon 20x20 AK32 ESC with it, which really sucks. Like that, it's an expensive ESC. It oscillated really bad on 6S coming down from a dive, so I don't blame it. Like it's not that shocking that the ESC went, but still like a super bummer. Uh, but I have another one. I have another Acon AK32 20x20, and so I was gonna start using these for 5-inch builds, but I talked to Max Beamer, great pilot, over on Instagram, and he's been running Acon. So I have a bunch of Acon 30x30 AK32s, and I know he's been running those too, and he recently switched over to these 20x20 Acons. So I asked him how the durability difference has been, and he said he's been through 3 of these, and he's never blown up one of the 30x30s. So I'm just gonna stick with the 30x30s on the 5-inch rigs. I'm willing to sacrifice the extra weight. There's like a 7 or 8 gram weight difference, but I'm willing to deal with that for more durability. The 5-inch rigs, I need those things to just last and not fall out of the sky. So yeah, I don't feel bad swapping this into this. I'm glad that I have it. I have one more of these that I was gonna put into a race frame with a Runcam hybrid, and now I'm kind of doubting that. I don't know. It is on a 2206 motor, so it won't put the same amount of stress on it, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. But that's kind of a back burner project. I really want to get this back together, and I'm just going to fly it for a little bit on these T-Motor 1507s just to kind of get it dialed in, and then I'll start screwing around with different motors. I lied. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put this directly onto these 1506s. That's right. I forgot. In that box also was a set of these RC and Power 1506s, and they have 3mm motor shafts. So that should be a really good fit for this, and the goddamn colors match. So, you know, that's the most important thing, really. Purple, light blue, and pink all day. So yeah, these 1506s are going to go on this Duo, as well as a replacement ESC, and I'm really excited. I want to see some actual footage from this Runcam hybrid versus it just tumbling out of the sky to its death. The only thing I'm worried about is that these 1506s are extremely notchy, which is going to be good for power, good for efficiency, but not great for jello. So it's going to be a real test of this Runcam hybrid. It's going to be a real test of the clean dirty setup, and a real test for the RPM filters. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Let me actually put this. Maybe I'll try to get some of that done this weekend. I do plan on trying to stream tomorrow, so maybe I'll try to get through this because I really want to get this back up in the air. So I'll put that right there. It's a good spot for it. This I won't be able to work on this weekend because I won't have the replacement flight controller. So this we can put somewhere else. Bob also sent a TP3 frame with the Mamba all-in-one thingy. So I really need to get my shit together with Toothpick and Whoop cameras. I have two Toothpick builds and one Whoop build that are just waiting on cameras. I was trying to wait for the tinywhoop.com. They've got a new FXT camera. I was trying to wait for that with the new canopies, but the new canopies aren't out yet. So I don't know what to do. I think for the Toothpicks I might just break down and do oh well, no, I already did. I did a little Pyrodrone order, and I put a Runcam Nano 3, whatever the hell it is, the one that the camera that everybody's using for the Toothpicks. I have that on there, and I have canopies for it. I have the Newbie drone canopies, and I have an Eachine little tiny Nano VTX. So I'll probably throw one together with that, and the other Toothpick I want to do HD on. So I might like pull that skip apart or something like that. I put a Banggood order in a couple weeks ago with a canopy that should work for the 14mm camera for the baby turtle on that, so I can do a proper TP3 with HD. But I just got an email from them a couple days ago saying, sorry, everything's fucked up. The world is on fire. We're going to ship your order whenever we can, but it's not gonna ship right away. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I want to get some toothpick action going because that Gep RC skip thing flies really good, and I know that this will fly better. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Is that it? Is that all that's going on? Pull my pants up so you guys don't have to stare at my ass. I gotta test these. I gotta put power through and read some instruction manuals on these guys. Caddx Orca, Runcam Box 5, Caddx Dolphin. Can't wait to smack the shit out of these things, see if they're even remotely durable. And here's the this is gonna be the end all be all freestyle whoops, I believe. Beta FPV, super duper lightweight, flight controller, 1S only. And for right now, I'm gonna try it on these Beta FPV 22,000s because they're bearing 0802s. I also have a set of iFlight 0802 22,000s that are on bearings. And then I'm also going to try this on the Happy Model 25,000s, which are on the Newbie Drone Whoop right now, which make a simply ridiculous amount of power. Yeah, I think that's it. Maybe. Those are all the projects. Oh no, glide hammer. There's a full glide hammer build here. I'll do probably a series of streams where I build this thing from scratch. I haven't done that yet. I haven't done a scratch build yet. So we'll see about that. And yeah, it should be good. Here's the other. Oh yeah, and then this guy. This is the other wacky frame that came in that box of stuff from Kebab. This is a 4-inch frame with the nose pushed way the hell out, which I really like because I think this might be a really cool. So 4-inch props, why? Right? Like why 4-inch props? 5-inch props are the correct size to carry a GoPro Session or a GoPro Hero. 3-inch props seem to be the right size to carry the HD split cams, right? The Tarsier, the Runcam Hybrid. So, like, what's the point of a 4-inch prop? I don't know, but I'm interested to find out. I think I'm going to throw this together with a hybrid up front. The fact that Bob pushed the nose out so far means that there shouldn't be any props in view. So, in theory, this could be kind of like a dual-purpose rig where if I can figure out a way to mount a GoPro up here, a Session up here, or one of those lighter weight ones, if they're not garbage, this could be kind of cool. So without the camera on top with just a battery, it would have this the Runcam Hybrid, which is not much of a weight penalty, with no props in view, and that'd be like its lightweight freestyle setup. And then I could put one of those little lighter weight jib jabs on the front here, and maybe it'll carry that around nice. I don't know. We'll see. But I've always been curious about 4-inch props. The new GemFan 4-inch props are awesome. Kebab threw in a bunch of extra arms, which I'll definitely need. And yeah, it'll be a neat little project. We'll see how that goes. So a lot of stuff, man. I got a lot of building to do, and I'm excited about that because I've been kind of getting back into the swing of building. And then this is the other one on the Emax 1306s that I was telling you about with the hybrid and the 28mm standoffs. So yeah, this thing and the other CB3, I really want to get those back together because 210 grams for a 3-inch rig flies really, really well. And I want to do some more. Like with the pandemic and everything, it's the time, man. I'm gonna bring these guys down to like downtown Atlanta and just fire them up buildings. Just drive around and just hammer up the biggest buildings I can find. What's gonna happen? 200 grams is gonna hit somebody in the head and they're gonna go ouch and be fine. There's not gonna be anybody anyway. So That's going to be fun. I really, I'm looking forward to that. All right, let me get caught up on the chat. I only have an extra couple minutes. I gotta go fly. So they get caught up in the chat. I'm gonna split. But thanks for coming by, guys. Very cool. 47 people. Jesus, you guys are fucking bored, huh? It's Friday night. Go party. Nope, no party. What's all over eBay? Bando. Oh God. Okay, here we go. Getting caught up on the chat. Birthday chat catch up. Woo! Justin's only tried emu flight on a whoop. Works well, and you can't really hurt yourself on a whoop. Very true. Very, very true. Derpa. There's you guys calling out to skip 3. Awesome. Tiago was listening to music on YouTube. He started listening to a familiar voice, looked in a band. The YouTube changed to your stream. Interesting. Oh, I guess it hit the end of a song and it auto-played the newest thing. That's pretty funny. Better late than never. Happy birthday, man, says Blades FPV. You're not late, Blades. You got all day, man. You were right on schedule. Thank you, brother. Bot is here. What's up, DJ? Thanks for the happy birthday. Much appreciated. Hope you're doing well. Hey, oh no, you already got the ESC thing figured out. It was the motors, wasn't it? Enough people commented that I didn't think I needed to say anything, but in the one Instagram video, the front motors didn't spin and the rear motors did spin when that ESC blew up. And yeah, I was like, oh, so it's his motors grenading ESCs, which sucks. But I'm sure by now you have that all figured out because I did see your thumbnail the other day of yesterday, I guess, of I love quads again. So glad you got all that figured out. When you get sick of those hobby wings, Acon AK-32, brother, all day long, every single day, indestructible, best ESCs in the world. I don't know if they actually are, but if they can stand the punishment that Cricket and I give them, there's no better. I had to break one. The only way I've broken one is by literally breaking it in half from a 21-story drop. All right. Chad Peterson, how do you guys not mess up your antennas? I seem to break mine on my goggles. Your goggle antennas. With Fat Shark, would you put more antenna mounting and module ribbon like to follow the new V5? I've never had the problem on the goggles. I break a ton of antennas on the quads, but I mean, that goes without saying. I don't know. Get sturdier antennas, maybe. I use the True RC singularities, and they're super duper tough. So I guess I would say go with one of those. Sorry, I don't have a better answer for you on that. I've just never had that. I've never had an issue breaking antennas on my goggles. Okay. What else? Derpa. Where's it at? Here we go. Killer Bee tagged me with 2 tags, and it didn't get it. Mine will be here Monday. Got everything else for the builds other than the split. Whatever, Cameron on Ratel. Putting the Ratel on the Alien. Nice, man. Roscoe Sticks, thanks for the happy birthday. Bandalorian, thanks for the happy birthday. Everybody else, thanks for the happy birthdays. Here we go. Bando says, got new motors, Acrobat V1, Brother Hobby Avenger 1507, 4100s, and they completely suck on 4S. 10 amps to hover, and getting 2 minutes 30 to 3 minutes if I'm real easy. Way too high of a KV. What battery is that? I'm assuming that's a 4S 650 or maybe a 4S 850. That's about what I get for the Acrobrats. For my Acrobrats, I am okay with that. I'm okay sacrificing runtime. But micros in general, you do kind of have to sacrifice runtime if it's going to be a heavier, more sturdy kind of rig. So yeah, it's the problem with the fact that micros haven't had as much of a development cycle as 5-inch rigs. 5-inch rigs have had a long enough and a deep enough development cycle where the efficiency is in a really good place, and the motors match the props beautifully. The batteries match the power systems beautifully. The whole thing has been really well developed. Micros have not. There's been a few of us that have been working really hard over the past few years to develop the right combination of parts and micros, but a few of us versus a few thousand for 5-inch rigs, you know, it just needs more work. Right now, yeah, I just sacrifice the runtime on the Acrobrat to get something that performs really well. But the 1507s are also a hell of a big motor. That's, in my opinion, too much power for just like a regular Acrobrat. It's great. I mean, it's super fun to fly, but it's a bit much. And the 2mm motor shaft thing is a deal breaker for me on the 1507. So, yeah, I'm hoping that these 1506s, RCX 1506s, are good because they've got that 3mm motor shaft. And my other Acrobrat, the V1, is back together, and this is on the only other motor with a 3mm motor shaft, which is the Emax 1606, which is another very notchy motor. And I'm going to do some black boxing with this to see if I can get the filtering like really well dialed in. I'll bug one of the Black Box Facebook group people for help. And yeah, I'm tempted to go to I don't think I want to try to carry the session around on this anymore. I think this is just going to be as is. I'm tempted to try a Tarsier in this. So, yeah, I don't know. I might actually bug Patrick, one of the local guys. I think he has a Tarsier V2 just sitting around. I might see if he wants to trade that for a Runcam hybrid, which would be a good trade for him because he's putting it... he was talking about putting that Tarsier into a Brat Duo, and the Runcam hybrid is specifically meant for the Brat Duo, and it's got better HD. So yeah, that should be cool. And check this out. I didn't realize this, but look at the difference between the V1 and the Duo in terms of Squished X versus True X. I completely missed the fact that the Duo is a Squished X. I totally didn't realize that. The V1 is a True X. So, yeah, look at that. Look at that difference, man. And it's, like, quite squished. And I'm happy about that. I like that it's squished because that's going to get the props out of view. And I know that that's why Tommy did it. Look at look where the cameras sit in relation to one another and in relation to the motors. See how much higher the front end is on the Duo? That's to get the camera far forward so there's no props in view. So it could be interesting. My Duo has the Runcam hybrid, and then this could have the Tarsier. That'd be a really neat little setup, right? Tarsier and True X versus hybrid and Squished X. So yeah, I think that's what these are going to end up being. I think these carrying GoPros is off the table. These are just going to become freestyle rigs, and that's fine. That's in my opinion, that's what these frames are going to do best. A little bit heavier weight than the CB3 builds, but clean, dirty system, nice, smooth footage, blah, 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 blah. All right, I'm going to wrap this up in a second here. Toothpick build stream. Yeah, I'll do that for sure whenever this camera comes in. Killer Bee says, trade you a Hero Session 5 for a split cam or something cool. Comes with 128 gig Evo. I actually really need Session 5 right now, so we shall talk, Gabriel. Message me, Gabriel. I'll almost for sure do that because I am down to one Hero Session and it stops record. The Wi-Fi is broken on it and it stops recording every time I bump into something, which is super annoying. But I'm trying to only order my Session 5s on Amazon from now on because of the $15 Square trade, but Amazon is like a month out on shipping stuff, so I can't just order one. So yeah, hit me on Facebook. Let's make a deal. More happy birthdays. You guys are awesome. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me on Z birthday. Free Lojo's waiting on parts. Aren't we all? Bandalorian's on an 850. Pulls 40 amps to loop, man. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, you just got to sacrifice it, man. It's just not... micros are just a different world than... I mean, you got to cut weight. That's the only way to get around it, is to cut weight. So look around, see if you can chop the weight down a little bit. I'm trying to get down to like a 1505 motor or this 1506. I'm just doing whatever I can on the Acrobats to chop a little bit of weight. So I'm in the same boat. Tiago, I have checked out the Insta360, like not physically, but I want to put it on a tiny whoop in the worst way, but they're $200. And I don't really know if I'm going to use a 360 cam. So, I mean, and I'm not going to spend $200 on one. So, yeah, I'm super interested in it. The newbie drone Tiny Whoop with the 25,000 kV motors on 1S will easily carry that little Go, and that would be really, really neat to be able to get some 360 footage from a fucking Tiny Whoop. I mean, I'll put it in a mall. I don't care. That would be super fun. But yeah, $200 is a little steep for the Insta360. So I'll wait it out as I always do and see if I can find it cheap, used, and then I'll play with it once everybody else is bored of it, because that's kind of my deal. Nicholas Magolan, happy birthday. Do you have any experience with Emax Eco 6000 kV? Looking to put them in a tiny trainer. The Glide Hammer build is going on Emax Eco 2306 1700s. So I will know about those motors. I've heard lots of good things about those motors. I can almost guarantee you that they're going to be good, but I can't guarantee shit because I haven't run them myself. But yeah, everybody seems to be super impressed by the Emax Eco motors. I would go for it, man. They're cheap. So, worst case, you got screwed on the cheapest motors available. All right, and 1404. Yeah, they're probably good, man. I would do them. The Zings are heavier and more expensive. Yeah, I would go for it, man. I think they're going to be good. All right, cool. I'm good to go. I got to figure out where I'm flying, who I'm flying with, and I will talk to you guys probably tomorrow or for sure Sunday at 3 o'clock Eastern. So be good. I'm going to go do things, and links down here if you want to celebrate my birthday with me. Click them and do things, do many things. And yeah, we'll hang out tomorrow. We'll do a build. Should we fix this Duo tomorrow? I think we should fix the Duo tomorrow, right? I really want to see how that RunCam hybrid is. We're fixing the Duo tomorrow. All right, I'm going to put it on the bench in front of the camera. I can't build this Toothpick yet, so it's getting put aside. So yeah, we'll get the new ESC and the new motors onto the Duo tomorrow, and then I can get some good RunCam hybrid footage for you guys, which will also be good because I owe Banggood a review of that. That's like the oldest review that I owe. I gotta get my shit together with these reviews. I got a bunch that are starting to pile up. So stay tuned for that. You guys rock. Be good. Have fun. Friday. Stay away from other people. And see you tomorrow. Later.